everyone, this is Crystal, and today I have a day in the life insert for my Project Life album. I have a page protector that's 6 by 12. It was a 9 by 12 page protector of 3 by 3 pockets, and I just cut off that last row of pockets so that it's 6 by 12. So that's what I'll be doing my insert in. I have my photos all printed out, although they do still need to be trimmed down to 3 by 3. I hadn't decided to do 3 by 3 when I printed them, so I printed them in 3 by 4, so I just need to trim them down. And then I have some papers and cards and some scraps from my March Citrus Twist Kits Pocket Life Kit. I also have some stamps that I plan to use, also from Citrus Twist. I have some of the die cuts and cut apart sheets ready to go in this little bowl here. I also have some blank cards. I purchased these from Citrus Twist as well. So there are a few different options there. I have some inks in various colors that I want to be sure to use. And then I have some puffy stickers, these from Pink Fresh and these from the March kit. All right, I guess it's time to get started. So I'm going to start by trimming my photos down to 3 by 3, and I've sped this part up quite a bit, so you don't need to watch this whole process. But you can see I only have 7 photos from the day. That means I only made it 7 hours into the project. And at first I thought I would try again on a different day maybe, but ultimately I decided that this is how my day went, and that's kind of part of what the project is all about. So I'm just leaving it with my my 7 photos. It goes up to about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and then later on in my journaling I will fill in some of the gaps. So now I'm just trimming down the cards I want to use, and because they are bigger cards, either 3 by 4 or 4 by 6, I have to kind of decide where I want to trim them and make them into 3 by 3 cards. And then I also have a couple papers that I've trimmed down to 3 by 3 as well. And now I'm just going to go through and try and figure out where I want them in the spread in relation to my photos. I've also chosen one of those blank cards for that spot, and I plan to use a little scrap from another card that I used in another project to create a little banner on that card. So for my title card, I want to use the puffy stickers that came in the kit to spell out Day in the Life, and I thought it would be fun to do it along the circle of the print on this card. And I really struggle with these little alpha stickers to get them lined up right, to get them not looking all wonky, and when I finally get it right, I realize that it's not centered on the card and I would have to start all over and move them. So I just decided to move the last word there down to the next line and make it look like it was intentionally off balance a little bit. And then I just added a puffy star there. So I'm going through the ephemera that I picked out and trying to figure out where I want it. And for now I'm just sliding it into the pocket with the card I think I'll use it on and putting the rest of it to the side. So all of this flipping the page over and sticking things in pockets got old real fast, and I decided just to take them all out of the pockets and lay them all next to each other like one big spread. And that makes it easier to work with, and I can see the whole thing at once and make sure the whole spread is balanced the way I want it to be. So right now I'm using the dated stamp from Ellie's Studio to put the date on the title card, which is March 15th. I really love this stamp, and I'm really excited that they are coming out with a smaller version of it. I think I will have to grab that, and I'm sure I'll get lots of use out of it as I do this one. I should also note that I'm doing a really poor job of cleaning off these stamps. I usually have a little wipe that I use to clean them with, but I couldn't find any today. So I'm trying to just clean them off the best I can on some scratch paper, which ends up not working out real well later on, as you'll see. And I'll end up having to go find something to do a better job of cleaning them up. But for now, I'm just trying to make do. So on that blank card, like I said before, I want to add a little banner. So I grabbed over my diamond press die cutting machine and the little banner dies that come with it, and I'm just going to cut a little banner out of that scrap of card from a previous project. And it's just a little bit too wide to fit through the diamond press, so I just have to trim it down a little bit and then stick it in the machine, and it'll die cut for me. This thing is pretty handy to have. It's nice to have something small that can fit right on my desktop, and I don't have to drag out my big die cutting machine. So I also know that I want to add a little puffy sticker to this card, so I grabbed it and I stick it to the banner, and then I can just kind of move it around and figure out where I want to place it. Then I'm going to add a couple staples, and all that's left to do is add my journaling. So I'm adding another little puffy sticker to this photo here. I'm just trying to get it centered. At this point, I'm not really sure where I want to go with the embellishment on this spread. I'm just kind of playing around with the supplies that I have, sticking down the things that I know I want to use, and I'm just kind of all over the place while I try and really figure out where I'm going. I was thinking about using that Keep Going puffy sticker, but since I did stop documenting the day at 2 o'clock, it just didn't really seem to fit. But I am going to use this little puffy sticker that I think it says "in my cup" or something like that, by the picture of my morning coffee. So I decided to pull over the stamps that I had pulled out to see if any of them would work. I really want to do better at stamping. I'm not good at using the stamps that I have, so I'm really trying to make an effort to do so. There was this little label on one of the stamps that said "this," so I know I want to use that, and I'm just trying to figure out what sentiment I want to put inside that label. I'm still not sure, so I'm going to go ahead and stamp it and figure out what color of ink I want to use. I have a couple options. I have this Peaches ink from A Beautiful Mess, and then I also have a lighter pink ink from Memento that I think might work, and I'm just trying them out to see which one looks best with the cards that I have. And the Memento ink is just a little too light, so I'm going to go with the Peaches and stamp that onto a little scrap of cardstock. And then I'm going to stamp the sentiment inside and then trim the whole thing out to add to one of my photos. Now that I have it on the photo, I think it really needs something else to kind of ground it. So I grabbed a little strip from the top of one of the 6x6 papers, but it was a little too light, so I'm going to go with this other one that's a darker red and pink color. I'm just going to cut it into a little banner shape and then glue it onto the photo, and then glue the little stamped piece that I created on top of that. gonna add a couple staples, and then that one is all done. So now I'm just looking through the stamps again to see if there are any other stamps I can use on this spread, and there are a couple. I'm going to use this little on-duty stamp to put onto the journaling card where I plan to talk about my routine when I first get to work. So I decided that I should probably get all of my journaling down before I do any more stamping or embellishing, just to make sure that I have room for everything that I want to say or document. So I took all the cards away to my typewriter and added the journaling. And I did have to take that puffy sticker off of the one card to be able to run it through my typewriter, but otherwise they all went through my typewriter just fine. So now I can finish embellishing. And I've stamped on this little piece from the cut apart sheet, and I'm just stapling it onto the card there. I ran out of staples, so I had to go grab some more quick. And then I'm going to do a little bit more stamping. There's a stamp from that dated stamp set from LA Studio that I know I want to include. I'm just not sure which of these two cards I want to put it on. I end up going with this one, and at first I think I might stamp off and do a second generation stamp, but I decided not to, and I'm really glad that I didn't do that. I really like how clean it looks on that card. And then I'm just looking through to see if there's anything else from the stamp sets that I can use, and there's one little stamp, I think it says routine, so I'm going to add that to this card. And then another little stamp that says loving you. I'm going to add that to the card where I talk about the dogs. And now I'm almost done. There's just a few other places that need a little bit more embellishment. So I'm going to look through these puffy stickers again and see if there are any other ones that I want to add. And then I'm also going to grab my date stamp to add to that card in the top right corner. There's a little bar that says date, so I'm just going to stamp the day's date there. I'm still trying to figure out what I want to do in that bottom right corner. It's just a blank paper right now, and I've kind of been through everything that I have pulled out, and nothing is really working for me, so I'm not sure what I'm going to do quite yet. But then I end up grabbing something from my stash, some stickers from Pink Fresh Studio from the Let Your Heart Decide collection. They're the cardstock stickers. There they are. And I'm going to choose one little circle sticker that says unwind, but I'm going to add it to a piece of paper that I punch with a 1.5 inch punch before I put it on this little card here. And that kind of helps echo the circles that are throughout the spread. And I'm still thinking it needs a little bit something else. I'm just, again, not quite sure yet what that is. So I try another one of these, and I think about a couple other ones. There I'm looking at the circles and thinking I need one more up in that corner. So I'm just looking for something that fits there. But then I remember that there's another circle sticker on the puffy stickers from the March kit. So I go ahead and grab that and add it to that card. And then I'm just going to add a little staple because I love the look of stapling puffy stickers. So I almost always add a staple to them. And I think that's about it. So here are a few close-up pictures of the finished spread. If you like what you saw today, be sure to give this video a thumbs up and be sure to subscribe if you want to be notified when I release new videos. Thanks so much for watching. day.